Hey Aries, I need you to pay attention right now because what I am about to share with you is something the universe meant for you to find when you wake up. I have been pulling cards for you and the energy that came through is absolutely fascinating. I am talking about themes that touch on your personal power, your future relationships, the challenges you have been facing, and this massive transformation that is heading your way. So grab your coffee or tea and let me walk you through what the cards are revealing for you. The first card I pulled is the King of Wands, and Aries, when I tell you this card showed up, I literally had to pause for a second. Because this is pure fire energy meeting fire energy. You know what the King of Wands represents, right? This is about mastery. This is about leadership. This is about someone who has walked through the flames and emerged not just surviving but absolutely thriving. And for you Aries, this card is speaking directly to your future self. I am seeing that you are stepping into a version of yourself that is going to be so confident, so self-assured that people around you will not even recognize the transformation. This is not about faking it until you make it anymore. This is about genuine authority that comes from experience and from truly knowing who you are. What I find interesting about the King of Wands showing up for you is that this energy is already building inside you even if you cannot fully see it yet. You might be in a phase right now where you are still figuring things out, still questioning yourself, still wondering if you have what it takes. But the King of Wands is here to tell you that yes, you absolutely do have what it takes, and more importantly, you are about to step into a leadership role in some area of your life. This could be in your career where suddenly you find yourself being the person others look to for direction. This could be in your personal life where you become the one who holds everything together for your family or friends. Or this could even be in a creative project where you finally claim your space and say, this is my vision and I am going to bring it to life regardless of what anyone else thinks. The King of Wands also speaks to charisma and magnetism. Aries, you are going to find that people are drawn to you in ways they have not been before. Your energy is going to shift from reactive to proactive. Instead of responding to what life throws at you, you are going to be the one creating the situations you want to be in. You are going to be setting the tone, setting the pace, and honestly, a lot of people are going to have no choice but to keep up or step aside. This is not about being aggressive or domineering though. This is about owning your power in a way that feels natural and authentic to who you are. The King of Wands does not need to prove himself because his actions speak louder than any words ever could. And that is exactly where you are headed. Now let me tell you about something specific I am picking up with this card. There is a sense that you have been holding yourself back in certain situations because you were worried about how others might perceive you. Maybe you were afraid of being too much, too loud, too ambitious. The King of Wands is telling you that those days are over. You are being called to step fully into your power without apology. The people who are meant to be in your life will celebrate this transformation. The people who cannot handle it were never meant to stay anyway. So this is your permission slip from the universe to stop playing small and to start showing up as the powerful, confident leader you were always meant to be. The second card is the Emperor, and okay Aries, this is getting interesting because we are doubling down on this authority and structure energy. The Emperor is card number 5 in the major arcana, and this is all about stability, control, and creating solid foundations. When I see the Emperor show up after the King of Wands, I am getting this message that you are not just stepping into personal power, you are building something lasting. This is not a flash in the pan moment. This is about creating structures in your life that will support you for years to come. The Emperor wants you to think about the areas of your life where you need more structure and discipline. I know Aries, you are a fire sign, you love spontaneity and freedom, and the idea of structure might feel restrictive to you. But here's what the Emperor is really saying. True freedom actually comes from having solid foundations. When you have systems in place, when you have clear boundaries, when you have a plan that you are working towards, that is when you can actually relax and enjoy the ride because you know everything is taken care of. So where in your life do you need to be more like the Emperor? Maybe it is with your finances. Maybe you have been winging it, hoping things will work out, and the Emperor is saying, okay, it is time to create a budget, time to start saving, time to think about your financial future in a serious way. Or maybe it is with your health. Maybe you have been neglecting your body, pushing through exhaustion, ignoring the signs that you need rest, and the Emperor is telling you that you need to create a sustainable routine that supports your well-being. Or maybe this is about your career or business. Maybe you have been operating in chaos mode, constantly putting outfires, and the Emperor is saying you need to implement systems and processes that will make your life easier and help you scale whatever it is you are building. What I really want you to understand about the Emperor is that this energy is not about being rigid or controlling in a negative way. This is about being the architect of your own life. This is about taking responsibility for your circumstances and saying, okay, what can I control here and how can I set myself up for success? The Emperor is a card of personal sovereignty. This is about ruling your own kingdom, which in modern terms means taking charge of your life in a way that feels empowering rather than overwhelming. There is also a masculine energy to the Emperor, and this could be showing up in a few different ways for you. This could be about stepping into your own masculine energy regardless of your gender, which means being more assertive, more decisive, more action-oriented. Or this could be about a masculine figure entering your life who is going to play an important role. This could be a mentor, a father figure, a boss, or even a romantic partner who embodies these Emperor qualities. If it is a person, they are going to help you see the value of structure and planning. They are going to challenge you to think bigger and to build something that lasts. The third card I pulled is Five of Wands, and alright, so this is where things get a little bit spicy, because the Five of Wands is all about conflict, competition, and feeling like you are in the middle of a battle. Now, before you get worried, let me explain what I am seeing here. The Five of Wands is not necessarily a negative card, even though it can feel uncomfortable. This is about the kind of challenges that actually help you grow. This is about the friction that sharpens you and makes you better at what you do. For you, Aries, the Five of Wands is showing me that you are going to face some opposition as you step into this new powerful version of yourself. Not everyone is going to be happy about your transformation. Some people might feel threatened by your confidence. Some people might try to compete with you or create unnecessary drama. And here is the thing you need to understand. This is actually a good sign, because it means you are doing something right. If everyone was comfortable with your growth, it would probably mean you were not really changing at all. The Five of Wands is teaching you how to handle conflict with grace and how to stay focused on your goals, even when there is chaos around you. This is not about getting pulled into every argument or feeling like you need to defend yourself constantly. This is about recognizing that some battles are not worth fighting, and that the best response is sometimes to just keep moving forward with your plans. You do not need to convince everyone of your worth. You do not need to explain yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. The Five of Wands is saying, stay in your lane, keep your eyes on your own path, and let your results speak for themselves. I'm also seeing that the Five of Wands might represent internal conflict for you. Maybe there are different parts of yourself that are at war with each other. Maybe there is a part of you that wants to play it safe and stay comfortable, while another part of you is ready to take risks and chase your dreams. Maybe you are dealing with conflicting desires or trying to balance multiple priorities that all seem important. The Five of Wands is asking you to find a way to integrate these different aspects of yourself instead of letting them tear you apart. Can you find a middle ground? Can you honor all of your needs without sacrificing what is most important to you? There is also a competitive element to the Five of Wands that could actually serve you well. A little bit of healthy competition can be motivating. If you are in a field where you are surrounded by other talented people, let that inspire you to raise your own game. Let that push you to be better, to learn more, to refine your skills. The key is to compete with yourself first and foremost. Focus on being better than you were yesterday rather than constantly comparing yourself to others. When you approach competition from that angle, the Five of Wands becomes a catalyst for growth rather than a source of stress. The fourth card is the High Priestess, and oh wow, Aries, this is such an interesting contrast to the fiery, action-oriented energy we have been talking about. The High Priestess is card number 3 in the major arcana, and this is all about intuition, mystery, inner wisdom, and the things that exist beneath the surface. When the High Priestess shows up after all this talk about power and structure and competition, she is basically saying, hey, do not forget about your inner world. Do not get so caught up in external achievements that you lose touch with your intuition and your spiritual side. The High Priestess is inviting you to pay attention to your dreams, to the subtle signs and synchronicities that are showing up in your life. She is asking you to trust your gut feelings even when they do not make logical sense. Aries, you are someone who typically trusts your instincts and acts quickly, but the High Priestess is saying there is even more wisdom available to you if you are willing to slow down. and listen deeply. This might mean starting a meditation practice, or spending more time in silence, or keeping a journal where you can process your thoughts and feelings. What I find really fascinating about the High Priestess showing up in your reading is that she often represents hidden information or secrets that are about to be revealed. There is something you do not know yet, something that is being kept from you, or something you have not been able to see clearly. But the High Priestess is telling you that this information is going to come to light soon. It might come through a conversation you overhear, or a dream that gives you insight, or just a sudden realization that hits you out of nowhere. Pay attention to those aha moments, because the High Priestess is working behind the scenes to bring you the knowledge you need. The High Priestess also speaks to the divine feminine energy, and this is about receptivity, patience, and allowing things to unfold in their own time. This might feel challenging for you as an Aries because you are used to making things happen through sheer force of will. But the High Priestess is teaching you that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Sometimes you need to create space and just see what emerges. This is about learning to trust the process and to have faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when you cannot see the full picture. Yet, there is also a secretive quality to the High Priestess, and this could mean that you need to be more discerning about what you share with others. Not everyone needs to know your plans. Not everyone needs to be privy to what you are working on. The High Priestess is saying it is okay to keep some things to yourself to protect your energy and your dreams until they are strong enough to withstand outside opinions. Sometimes silence is more powerful than words. The fifth card is Four of Wands, and finally we get some celebration energy in here. The Four of Wands is one of my favorite cards because it represents stability, happiness, and reaching a milestone that you have been working towards. This is the card of homecoming, of finding your people, of creating a solid foundation that allows you to relax and enjoy life. After all the intensity of the previous cards, the Four of Wands is like a big exhale, a moment where you can actually appreciate how far you have come. For you Aries, the Four of Wands is telling me that there is a celebration coming your way. This could be a literal event like a wedding, a housewarming, a graduation, or some kind of achievement that you are going to mark with a gathering of friends and family. Or this could be more metaphorical, a sense of inner peace and contentment that comes from finally feeling like you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Either way, the Four of Wands is a really positive sign that good times are ahead and that you are going to have reasons to feel joyful and grateful. The Four of Wands also speaks to creating a sense of home and belonging. This might mean that you are going to move to a new place that feels more aligned with who you are. Or this might mean that you are going to deepen your connections with the people around you and create a stronger sense of community. Aries, you can sometimes feel like a lone wolf, like you have to do everything on your own, but the Four of Wands is reminding you that life is so much richer when you have people to share it with. This is a time to lean into your relationships, to ask for support when you need it, and to celebrate the wins together instead of always going it alone. There is also a sense of stability and security with the Four of Wands, particularly around your living situation or your family dynamics. If things have been chaotic or uncertain in these areas, the Four of Wands is saying that things are going to settle down and you are going to feel much more grounded. You might be working on making your physical space feel more like home, whether that is through decorating or renovating or just spending more quality time there. Or you might be working on healing family relationships and creating more harmony in your personal life. The Four of Wands is also a card of partnership and collaboration. This could mean that you are going to enter into a business partnership or a creative collaboration that feels exciting and aligned. Or this could mean that a romantic relationship is going to reach a new level of commitment and stability. If you are already in a relationship, the Four of Wands suggests that you and your partner are going to feel more united, more on the same page than you have in a while. You are building something together, and it is something that is going to stand the test of time. The sixth card is the Devil, and okay Aries, I need you to really hear me on this one, because the Devil card can be scary when people do not understand it, but it is actually one of the most important cards for personal growth. The Devil is card number 16 in the major arcana, and it represents the chains that bind us, the addictions, the unhealthy patterns, the ways we give our power away. But here is the thing about the Devil. Those chains are not locked. You have the ability to free yourself at any time. The question is, are you willing to do the work? For you Aries, the Devil is shining a light on the areas of your life where you have been stuck in patterns that do not serve you. This could be about a relationship that you know is toxic but you keep going back to. This could be about a habit or addiction that is affecting your health or your well-being. This could be about a job that is draining your soul but you are afraid to leave because of financial security. This could be about people-pleasing or perfectionism or any number of ways that you limit yourself and play small. The devil is saying it is time to take an honest look at these patterns and to make a choice. Do you want to stay stuck or do you want to break free? What I am really sensing with the devil showing up in your reading is that you have become comfortable in your chains. As uncomfortable as these patterns might be, they are familiar, and there is a part of you that is afraid of what life might look like without them. But the devil is here to tell you that the freedom on the other side of these patterns is so much better than the temporary comfort of staying stuck. Yes, it is going to be scary to make a change. Yes, you are going to have to face some uncomfortable truths about yourself. But Aries, you are strong enough to do this, and the rewards are going to be immense. The devil also speaks to issues around control and obsession. Maybe you have been trying to control outcomes or other people and it is exhausting you. Maybe you have been obsessing over something to the point where it is consuming all your mental energy. The devil is asking you to release that grip, to trust that things will work out even if you are not micromanaging every detail. This ties back to what the High Priestess was saying about allowing and trusting the process. You do not have to do it all on your own. You do not have to have all the answers right now. There is also a shadow side to the devil that is worth exploring. Sometimes the devil represents the parts of ourselves that we have rejected or denied. Maybe there are desires or impulses that you judge as bad or wrong, and so you push them down and pretend they do not exist. But the devil is saying that integration is healthier than repression. Can you acknowledge all parts of yourself without judgment? Can you accept that you are human and that you contain multitudes? When you stop fighting against your shadow and instead bring it into the light, you actually take away its power over you. The seventh card is Page of Wands, and this brings such a refreshing energy after the heaviness of the devil. The Page of Wands is all about enthusiasm, curiosity, and new beginnings. This is the energy of a beginner, someone who is excited to learn and explore without worrying too much about being perfect. For you Aries, the Page of Wands is telling me that you are going to be starting something new, something that lights you up and makes you feel alive. The Page of Wands could represent a new project that you are passionate about. Maybe this is a creative endeavor, maybe this is a business idea, maybe this is a course you are going to take to learn a new skill. Whatever it is, the Page of Wands is saying just start. Do not wait until you feel ready or until you have all the information. Just take that first step and see where it leads you. The Page of Wands is not about having a perfect plan. This is about following your excitement and trusting that the path will reveal itself as you go. I am also getting the sense that the Page of Wands might represent a message or communication that is going to come your way. Pages are messengers in the tarot, and the Page of Wands specifically brings messages related to passion, creativity, and inspiration. So, you might receive news about an opportunity that you have been hoping for. You might get an invitation to participate in something exciting. You might have a conversation that sparks a brilliant idea. Pay attention to the information that comes your way around this time, because the Page of Wands is bringing you exactly what you need to move forward. The Page of Wands also has a youthful, playful quality to it. This card is reminding you not to take everything so seriously all the time. Yes, you are stepping into your power. Yes, you are building something important, but you also need to make room for fun and spontaneity. When was the last time you did something just because it sounded enjoyable with no other agenda? The Page of Wands is encouraging you to reconnect with that sense of wonder and playfulness that sometimes gets lost when we are too focused on being responsible adults. There is also an element of courage with the Page of Wands. This card is about being willing to put yourself out there even when you are scared, even when you do not know what the outcome will be. The Page of Wands is brave enough to try new things and to risk failure because the potential for growth and discovery is worth it. Aries, you already have natural courage as part of your sign, but the Page of Wands is amplifying that and saying now is the time to be bold. Take that risk. Make that move. Trust yourself. The eighth card is Queen of Pentacles, and wow Aries, the cards are really painting a complete picture for you here. After all the fire energy and the new beginnings and the shadow work, we now have the Queen of Pentacles showing up to ground everything in practical reality. The Queen of Pentacles is all about abundance, nurturing, and creating a life of comfort and security. This queen has her life together. She is financially stable. She takes care of herself and others. She has created a beautiful environment that feels like a sanctuary. For you Aries, the Queen of Pentacles is showing me that part of your future involves becoming more grounded and practical in how you approach your goals. This queen does not just dream about what she wants. She creates a plan and she takes consistent action to make it happen. She understands that building wealth and stability requires patience and discipline. She knows how to manage her resources wisely, and she finds joy in the process of creating a life that supports her well-being on every level. The Queen of Pentacles is also asking you to focus on self-care and nurturing yourself. When was the last time you really took care of your body? When was the last time you cooked yourself a nutritious meal, or took a long bath, or invested in something that makes you feel good? The Queen of Pentacles knows that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and she makes her own well-being a priority. This is not selfish. This is essential. When you take care of yourself, you have so much more to give to others and to your projects and goals. I am also seeing that the Queen of Pentacles might represent a female figure who is going to enter your life or become more prominent. This could be a mother figure, a mentor, a friend, or even a business partner. Whoever she is, she embodies these Queen of Pentacles qualities of being grounded, nurturing, practical, and abundant. She is going to help you in some way, whether that is through advice, through resources, or simply through her example of how to live a balanced and prosperous life. The Queen of Pentacles is also about creating multiple streams of income and building long-term wealth. If you have been thinking about starting a side hustle or investing, or finding ways to make your money work for you, the Queen of Pentacles is giving you a green light. This is a great time to educate yourself about finances and to make smart decisions that will set you up for a secure future. The Queen of Pentacles does not believe in get-rich-quick schemes. She believes in consistent effort, compound growth, and making choices that align with her values. The 9th card is Judgment and Aries. This is such a powerful card to have in your reading. Judgment is card number 21 in the major arcana, and it represents awakening, transformation, and reaching a higher level of consciousness. When Judgment shows up, it means you are being called to step into a new version of yourself, a version that is more aligned with your true purpose and potential. This is not a small shift. This is a complete rebirth. Judgment is about releasing the past and forgiving yourself and others for whatever mistakes have been made. You cannot move forward into this new chapter if you are still carrying old baggage and resentments. Judgment is asking you to let go of guilt and shame and regret. It is asking you to see yourself and your past with compassion and understanding. Yes, you made mistakes. Yes, things did not always go the way you planned. But all of that has led you to where you are now, and where you are now is exactly where you need to be. The Judgment card also speaks to a moment of clarity where suddenly everything makes sense. You might have been confused about your direction or questioning your choices, but Judgment brings this moment of revelation where you see the bigger picture. You understand why certain things had to happen. You recognize the patterns and the lessons. And from this place of clarity, you can make better decisions moving forward because you have the wisdom that comes from experience. I am also picking up that Judgment might represent a literal judgment or evaluation that you are going to face. This could be a performance review at work. This could be applying for something and waiting to hear if you got accepted. This could be people forming opinions about something you are putting out into the world. Judgment is saying trust that you are going to be seen and recognized for who you truly are. The right people will appreciate you. The right opportunities will open up for you. You do not need to worry about being judged unfairly because the universe has your back. Judgment is also a card of calling and purpose. This is about hearing that inner voice that tells you what you are meant to be doing with your life. For some people, this calling is loud and clear. For others, it is more of a whisper. But Judgment is amplifying that call right now and making it impossible to ignore. You know what you are supposed to be doing. You know what lights you up and what feels meaningful. The question is, are you going to answer the call, or are you going to keep putting it off? Judgment is saying now is the time. Do not wait any longer. The 10th and final card is Knight of Wands, and what a way to end this reading. The Knight of Wands is pure action, energy, passion, and adventure. This knight is ready to charge forward, to take risks, to chase after what he wants with single-minded determination. For you Aries, this card is basically saying everything we have been talking about in this reading is about to kick into high gear. You are not just thinking about change anymore. You are not just preparing for it. You are living it. The Knight of Wands brings a sense of momentum and excitement. Things are going to start moving quickly for you. Opportunities are going to show up. Doors are going to open. People are going to say yes to your ideas. And you are going to feel this surge of confidence and enthusiasm that propels you forward. The Knight of Wands does not overthink things. He sees what he wants and he goes for it. And that is exactly the energy you are embodying right now. I want you to understand that the Knight of Wands can sometimes be impulsive and reckless, so you need to balance this energy with some of the wisdom from the other cards we pulled. Yes, move forward, yes, take action, but also make sure you are building solid foundations like the Emperor advised. Make sure you are listening to your intuition like the High Priestess said. Make sure you are taking care of yourself like the Queen of Pentacles reminded you. The Knight of Wands is most effective when his passion is channeled in a focused direction rather than scattered in a million different directions. The Knight of Wands also represents travel and adventure. You might be taking a trip that changes your perspective or opens up new opportunities. You might be saying yes to experiences that take you out of your comfort zone. You might be meeting new people who inspire you and challenge you to grow. The Knight of Wands is all about expansion and exploration. So be open to where life wants to take you. There is also a romantic element to the Knight of Wands. This knight is charming, passionate, and very direct about what he wants. If you are single, this could indicate that someone is going to pursue you with intensity and enthusiasm. If you are in a relationship, this could mean that things are going to heat up and you are going to feel more passionate and connected than you have in a while. The Knight of Wands brings fire to relationships and reminds us that love should feel exciting and alive. So Aries, let me bring all of this together for you. The cards are showing me that you are stepping into a massive transformation. You are claiming your power as the King of Wands. You are building solid foundations as the Emperor. You are navigating challenges and competition with the Five of Wands. You are connecting with your intuition through the High Priestess. You are creating stability and celebration. With the Four of Wands, you are breaking free from limiting patterns. With the Devil, you are starting new adventures. With the Page of Wands, you are grounding yourself in abundance. With the Queen of Pentacles, you are experiencing awakening and clarity with Judgment. And you are charging forward with passion and momentum as the Knight of Wands. This is your time, Aries. This is your moment to shine, to grow, to become everything you are capable of being. The universe has been preparing you for this, and now all the pieces are falling into place. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And most importantly, take action on what your heart is telling you. The cards have spoken, and they are saying that incredible things are waiting for you.